Welcome to Nationals Park. A little cloudy right now, but quite comfortable for the folks. The Braves are in. They're playing well. They've won 6 in a row. That little lady doesn't quite know it's the end of summer today, but hopefully there's a lot of excitement in September and in October coming our way as well. FP along in a moment. It's a great thing for the Nats to be back home because 17 of the last 26 games will be on this diamond, and other than the Diamondbacks, they're all against the National League East. So the Nats have dominated the Braves, the Phillies, and to a certain extent the Mets, and they have a lot of home games left. So the magic number is under 20. We'll worry about that in the next week or so, but it's a good time to be coming back home, and a lot of guys getting the day off, ironically, from the lineup on Labor Day.
Yeah, they got home at 2, 3 in the morning last night, so guys with the day off, but you can't take those teams lightly. You just saw right there. Those guys are playing for contracts over there, maybe even trying to impress the Nationals, become part of this organization next year. So you got to go pedal to the metal, even though those teams don't have good records.
Well, we know one thing. The guy in the mound doesn't take anybody lightly. That's Max Scherzer, originally scheduled for last night, bumped a little back further to today, and he's just been so dominant his last 12 starts, indicative of that.
Yeah, since June 1st, 148 strikeouts, 23 walks, right smack dab in the middle of the Cy Young conversation. But remember his last start against the Braves, he gave up 4 runs, got the win.
Yes, he did in a 4-3 ball game. His strikeouts lead the major leagues with a total of just under 240. 10 strikeouts 12 times this year, and he'll be flirting with 50 times in his career before long. Scherzer and the Braves next. On Masson, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, by University of Maryland, University College, by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA, and by Dominion National, providing innovative, high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Lovely day for baseball. It's going to be in the high 80s for the first game of this 3-game set. 87, humidity down. That's why it's comfortable. And Max Scherzer's on the mound. What's better for a holiday game? And the Nats, of course, in their home blues as far as the tops. And how about the Braves? Ender Inciarte has a 15-game hitting streak. Freddie Freeman, 11. Matt Kemp, 5. Their big guns are really firing on all cylinders right now. And Inciarte is batting .431 during his streak with an on-base percentage of, listen to this, .507. So Max has some hot hitters to face today.
Yeah, fastball, slider, curveball change. You know the arsenal. Fastball mid to upper 90s. Last start through 8 innings for the second consecutive time, earning the 3-2 win. 48th 10+ K game of Max's career. That's good enough for 18th most in Major League history.
4:06 in the nation's capital. First pitch upstairs to get things going. Inciarte now batting .291. Last time the Nats saw him, he was hitting .270. This one popped up to the left side. Scherzer overpowers him. Anthony Rendon for the first out.
There's your ball club in white unis again, at least white pants today. Heisey, Revere, Goodwin the outfield, Espinosa, Rendon left side, Turner, Robinson right side, and Jose Lobaton behind the plate. Dusty Baker giving some of his regulars the day off after a late night last night coming in from New York.
And there is Brian Goodwin. Murphy sitting. Jason Worth. Ryan Zimmerman. Wilson Ramos. And a first pitch fly ball by Adonis Garcia out to left center. It's coming down, I promise. And Heisey has it. 2 quick outs. 10th year behind the plate and as a big league umpire for Todd Tichenor. Carlos Torres at first. Rob Drake, 18-year veteran, at second. And Jerry Davis, there he is. 35 years in the big leagues. He's at third base.
Thought it was Dusty. It was nice of Dusty to give you and I the day off yesterday so we could be fresh here today.
I'm about as fresh as a daisy right now. Here's Freeman. And Max goes off speed to get a strike on the outside edge. Freddie 14 for 41 during his streak. He's now batting .294. And he's 5 for his last 10.
Good changeup.
High in the air. I mean, this thing higher than anything in this ballpark. As it reached its zenith, and down it comes. 3 fly ball outs. And that quickly, Trey Turner will be the leadoff man. Yeah, both of them coming straight up.
Even the head elf has the day off today, so that's a good thing. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, he'll be busy in a couple of months. The Nats hitting .255 as a ball club. Anthony Rendon 328 his last 37 ball games. And if you take it even further out there, still over 320. So Rendon and Robinson, the 3-4 combination today with Heisey in there at 5. Danny Espinosa in the lineup, and Trey Turner hitting 335. 26-year-old Ryan Weber.
Let's see the Arsenal two-seam fastball right there. Averages 91 miles an hour. He'll cut it. Curveball change to complement his first start of the year. He's been in the Braves bullpen. It's the 15th starter the Braves have used this year. It ties a team record back to 1975.
Nationals saw him at Turner Field August 20th. He went 3 2/3. 8 hits, but only 1 run. Didn't walk anybody. Trey Turner 0 for 6 against him in both of their young careers. Gets jammed on an 0-2 pitch and fouls it off. He has struck out Trey 3 times. Weber 1 3 overall career, 17 games, 5 starts with a 4.97. He's from St. Petersburg, Florida. Went to high school in Clearwater and St. Petersburg College. Turner out to left center. He's not over against him anymore. He's going to make the turn and go for 2. Inciarte, 14 assists, but that's not number 15. And Trey Turner electrifies the ballpark on the Nats' first at bat.
Trey Turner goes double to lead this one off, telling everybody in the ballpark, sleep when you're dead. It's overrated. There goes a no-hitter. I felt like saying it before he got in the box. I feel like he needs to get a tighter helmet, though. It always bothers me that he has to correct his helmet when he's going for the extra base. You know, as a runner, your arms are a huge part of your speed. And he's always fiddling with the helmet, but I guess he's fast enough to even outrun that.
All right, here's Ben Revere, left-handed batter, looking to at least move Turner. And the Braves now have to keep Garcia real close to the bag over there because Trey has been swiping third lately. Revere misfiring on the bunt. Straight down it goes. Strike 1.
Well, it's a Max Scherzer start. 1 run in the first might win it for you. I like the idea by Revere.
First at bat for Ben against Ryan Weber.
I don't think Trey's going to be going anywhere with nobody out. We'll keep an eye on him with Anthony Rendon up next if Ben doesn't move him.
Revere will move him with a ground ball. Turner to third, 1 out on the 4-3.
Here's Bravo's defense today. Behind Ryan Weber, Kemp, Inciarte, Markakis your outfield. Beckham, Garcia is the left side. Peterson, Freeman are the right side. And Anthony Recker behind the plate.
Anthony Rendon, a great chance for RBI number 66.
Just as one time, Carp, as a manager, you would toy with the idea of bringing your infield in the first inning just because Max Scherzer's on the mound. Braves have been hot, though, so I'm sure Brian Snitker realizing that.
Yeah, we see a lot of ball clubs a lot closer than they are early in the game when Max is pitching. Rendon, that one went right by his sleeve.
Saw teams do it against Pedro all the time. First inning, they bring their infield in.
Swing and a miss. And Clint Robinson's the cleanup man today. Rendon, short right field. He's got a chance to drop off the glove of Jace Peterson. Tagging and now going back is Trey Turner. Took him a while to see the ball on the ground, so he does not score on what should be a base hit. And it'll be Robinson with runners at the corners.
Well, tough read for Trey, and he kind of came down the line and then realized I got to scramble back. He thought that Beckham catches it. Watch Turner at the bottom of your screen. He thought he caught it, so he went back, turned his back on the play, and that's where it got weird. The best thing he did was hit the brakes and go back to third. If he keeps running, it's an out. So a tough read for Trey Turner because he probably couldn't see the ball drop. You see when he turns his back right there, that's where he lost everything. Great recovery, though. You know, when you have speed like that, it'll make up for a lot of errors.
Hit all the way for Anthony Rendon.
That's really good base running, except for when he turned his back. Otherwise, he did everything right.
He's up there hacking. Last 22 starts, Clint hitting .280.
And the fan in me wanted to see Gordon Beckham catch that, Trey Turner tag up, and there'd be a close play at the plate.
Okay, I have a question for you as an observer of the game. Why didn't Trey just stay on the bag the whole time to tag?
Because if it drops, he wouldn't have scored. It would have been the same scenario you just saw right there, but that's a good question.
Okay.
You have to be down the line in case the ball drops. If you're standing on the bag and that ball drops, hops up to Beckham, he throws home, you don't score. So as soon as in his mind he thought Beckham had it, he scrambled back to the base. He did everything right, but when he turned his back, he lost sight of the play.
1-1 to Robinson. Clint just wants to elevate something here, drive it somewhere. Pretty good against Atlanta. Doesn't play all the time against the Braves. Not a lot of at-bats, but good damage. 13 RBIs in those previous 22 starts. Running is Rendon, and then they turned the double play because the shortstop, Beckham, was right at the bag. So Anthony had a pretty good jump, and Clint Robinson's a little shocked. And that inning came partner in a hurry.
Home for us, it looked like a line drive to short, but as you'll see, and we didn't, it's a ground ball. And with Beckham covering, and late in the season we talk about scouting within your division, the Braves playing Clint Robinson perfectly. So the 2-1 pitch he thinks is right back up the middle, first and third, 1-0. And it's right over the bag, and he can't believe it. So good at bat by Clint Robinson, goes for naught. That's now 0 for 16 the last 2+ games with runners in scoring position.
It'll be Kemp, Markakis, and Recker. Yeah, it's the one thing that we tell visiting broadcasters when they come into the ballpark. Max, by the way, 6 pitches, 5 strikes. From our vantage point so far up here, the hardest call is one like that, whether it got to the fielder on a fly or on the ground. We just can't tell. So pardon the hesitation. Clint hit it well. Nats got robbed, and it's no score, top of the second. 0-1 to Kemp, who's 10 for 23 over his 5-game hitting streak. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Braves are 17-15 since Matt Kemp.
That's saying a lot for a team whose overall record is 29 under 500. It's had quite an impact. It's given Freddie Freeman protection, and Freddie's numbers bear that out now. Solid guy, and Markakis hitting behind him. 2 balls, 1 strike. To left. Breaking back, now coming in Heisey, and Chris will make the catch. On the run, big power hitter takes that big swing. 4 in a row, all through the air by Max Scherzer. And by the way, Kemp now 3 for 33 career against Max. Markakis 34 doubles on the year. Right behind Anthony Rendon. Anthony's 5th in the league. Markakis 7th. And Scherzer right in there. Nats faced the Braves, a 7-6 win at Atlanta. On Friday, August 19, Markakis hit his 9th homer of the year that night. Still sitting on that total with 75 RBIs. He's hit for more power and driven in more runs this year. 2-1.
Yeah, that's 1 for 17 with runners in scoring position last 2 games. I forgot to give Anthony credit. Even the run not scoring threw me off.
Yeah, that is a hit with a runner in scoring position. 2-1. Ball driven to right center. Goodwin over to get it on a hop, and Nick Markakis has Atlanta's first base hit. That breaks up a 0 for 8 for him. Anthony Recker, the catcher, is next.
Remember Max, the last time he faced the Braves on August 20th, he gave up 4 runs on 6 hits and 6 1/3. Ended up being the 11-9 winner in that one. It was one of those days where he had to battle, and he did a nice job. And he always lets you know early which one it's going to be, the dominant performance or the one where he has to bring his hard hat and lunch pail. Can beat you either way.
Recker, 286 his last 20 games. 277 overall. Similar locations, and Max taking a glance back at Todd Titchener. Both called outside, 2-0.
Not a home wrecker.
And that's inside, 3-0. Mercedes-Benz, and looked like that second one was good enough. Third one just off the edge inside. Nats have turned 126 double plays, 5th most in the National League. Way outside. 2 on, 1 out.
Yanking the fastball early here. We've seen him get into those ruts before. See if Mike Maddox can figure it out with Max Scherzer.
Next up is the second baseman, Jace Peterson. Welcome to those of you who saw the Orioles win at Tampa Bay. We're at Nationals Park, top of the second here on Masson. No score. Braves have a couple of runners, though. MARKAKIS, the former Oriole, a base hit. Anthony RECKER, a walk, and now Max Scherzer misses to Jace Peterson. 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, Toronto lost, so the Orioles gain a game and are just 2 games back of the Blue Jays now. Things tightening up again in that AL East. And that ball slapped off the left side, out of play. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. Far and away first in strikeouts in this league, second in wins. Opponent's batting average, second. So pick your category. He's right there. Jake Arrieta, the only lower opponent's batting average. Arrieta, the only guy with more wins than Scherzer, Strasburg, and Lester's 15. That ball well hit to left. That's trouble. Easily scoring is MARKAKIS coming around third. Into third goes RECKER, and the Braves, who are hitting the ball extremely well, take a 1-0 lead. Jace Peterson, last time we saw him, he hit a walk-off homer after face planting in the outfield fence in Atlanta. So he's come up big against the Nats.
A nice piece of hit here on the fastball away since June 1st. Max has been on fire, but the one team he's really scuffled with is the Braves. They seem to have his number in some sorts, but right now he's got that pulling the fastball thing going. And you know, the reason you do that is you get a little spinny with your upper half and you fry open with your front shoulder.
Here's Gordon Beckham, and he takes one in there.
It's kind of like a hitter that comes around the baseball and pulling everything on the ground. Same kind of thing. You just get real rotational with your upper half.
Last time the Nats saw Gordon Beckham, he was 0 for 22. Now he's on a hitting streak. 6 for 13 over 5 games. Lunging for that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Number 8 hitter at 224. So a key out for Max to get with a rookie pitcher, at least a second-year pitcher who's only been in the big leagues for 17 games, Ryan Weber. Beckham back to his and Max's days in the American League. More at bats against Scherzer than anybody in the Braves lineup. 45 ABs, 9 hits. 13 strikeouts, 4 walks. Tapper staying fair for the moment and going foul, grabbed by Rendon.
Right, you have to watch out for teams like this late in the season. You should take care of business as a first-place club. But since August 22nd, the Braves are 10-4. They're averaging 5.8 runs a game. You know, what's their motivation? Well, this is their playoffs. When you play a first-place team as a last-place team, this is your playoffs. You're playing for a contract. You're playing for your numbers. You might want to show the other team, the first-place team, that you want to be a part of their organization next year. So there's plenty of motivation for the Philadelphias, the Atlantas, and all those teams we showed you the Nats are going to play late in the season to play well against this club. These are the teams that scare you. You get up for the first-place teams if you're the Nats.
1-2 to Beckham. You saw the standings. Mets won at Cincinnati today. 5-0 that score behind Bartolo Colon.
When you're on a last place team, Carb, you want to play good so that manager sees you and says, I want you on my team next year. That was your motivation in Montreal every year. You're trying to get out of there and get onto a winning club.
Makes a lot of sense. 2-2. And with Scherzer taking a while, Beckham getting time. So Max, 6 pitches first inning. in this inning, 21, and there is only one batter retired so far. Scherzer with the cold third strike on Beckham. A number 8 hitter not swinging the bat with the pitcher on deck. 2 outs.
Well, there's some good fastball command. 96 and a huge strikeout with runner on third, less than 2, and Ryan Weber, the pitcher, coming up. So a big pitch at a big spot. Let's see the facial expressions. A little snarl there for a big strikeout.
Weber has faced Scherzer 0 for 1. As we mentioned in that start, he didn't last too long. Under 4 innings. 0 for 2 this year. Most of his work out of the bullpen. 0 for 12 in his career as a big league hitter. Gets a piece of it to the right side. Clint Robinson playing it nice and softly. Damage further averted by Max Scherzer. 2 hits, a walk. The Braves lead by 1. Double by Jace Peterson. Heisey, Goodwin, Espinoza coming up. Bring your best friend to the ballpark Thursday. It's number 5 out of 6 Pups in the Park games presented by Budweiser. Proceeds from these special owner and dog tickets benefit the Washington Humane Society. So visit nationals.com/pups. Right now, get ready for Thursday. Max is.
Well, his Chihuahuas are really, really good-looking dogs.
It's a lot of tacos they've been consuming. Bottom 2, Chris Heisey, Brian Goodwin, Danny Espinoza.
So Chris Heisey has a little ownage. Maybe that's why he's in there today. Off of Ryan Weber. Remember on August 14th? Big fly. And I mean a big, big fly. Into the red seats. And as you look through your scorebook, you're going to tell me exactly what that home run meant, because I don't know. I just know that it was a homer.
Well, it was 1 run and a 9-1 win, so it was some icing on the cake in the bottom of the 8th inning. How about that?
Thank you very much. That's why we're a good team. Or at least we think so.
Yeah, last time the Nats came to D.C., they had won 10 of 16. Were 1 under over their previous 51 games. Nats cooled them off, but now they've warmed it up again. Here's Heisey. Right side, little soft liner for Freddie Freeman, playing 20 feet off the bag, 1 out.
First inning real big too, because the shadows are going to be a factor here in a minute. It's later in the season. They start creeping across here a lot earlier than normal for a 4 o'clock start. So
next up is Brian Goodwin against Ryan Weber. Goodwin 5 for 17, a couple of RBIs in 8 games, 2 different trips with the Nats this year. It was originally called up August 6 when Ryan Zimmerman went on the DL. And getting a shot to start here on Labor Day. On the grass at third, respecting his speed, Garcia. Check swing, foul ball.
That would have been a beautiful thing.
Another score from this afternoon of interest. The Marlins dropping one at home to the Phillies, and they got walked off and devastated just about every way you could in their weekend series at Cleveland. Came home today, got off to a good start, led 2-0, but then lost to the Phils. 1-2 pitch. It's all even.
Yeah, Brian with a double off of Familia last night. That's a nice resume builder.
Off speed got him looking. First strikeout for 26-year-old Ryan Weber. Danny Espinosa went way upstairs right field at Citi Field last night.
Yeah, it's a bomb. Tied his career high, no doubter, with 2 strikes. Upper tank, what, about 5 rows deep? Nicely done, and congratulations. Next one, a career high.
Yeah, number 21 for Danny, 63 RBIs. Oh for 1 against Weber is the Nats shortstop. Jose Lobaton behind him, so that's why Espinosa's up in the 7th spot today. And the 1-0. He's really mixing things up well. Eye levels inside and out. Did he go? Jerry Davis says yes, and it's 1-2. The Atlanta dugout was screaming yes, yes, yes. Straightaway right field is Markakis, but well over toward the left center gap, Ender Inciarte in a righty-lefty matchup. Kind of shows how they want to pitch Danny, keep it away from him. Two-two pitch. Tried to get him with the same pitch with which he struck out Goodwin.
Yeah, everything away. Boy, scouting is so tough this late in the season. You played a team 13 times.
No secrets.
No secrets. But you have tendencies on pitchers too. You know how they pitch you, so it can go either way.
Right in there, and a off-speed pitch gets Danny looking as well. So a 1-2-3 for Weber, pitching well with a 1-0 lead.
Max last inning. When you get rotational, he's kind of finishing that way. It's almost similar to when Bryce Harper falls out of the batter's box. He wants to be more on line, where his chest is going to the target. Like a catapult maybe, that's on its side and it's spinning side to side versus a catapult. You go ahead and roll it, guys. That goes 12-6. And see where the target is and watch him pull that across. So rotational with the upper half makes you pull the ball across. Maybe you're a little late on your release point, you're trying to catch up, but if you fly open, that's where you're going to see a lot of pitches. And oftentimes when Max does get into a little rut, it's just that. He pulls the fastball in to left-handed hitters.
Yeah, and then we showed you the pitch count. You never see him with barely more strikes than balls. And even if he gets hit, he's attacking the strike zone.
When his chest goes straight down and toward the target, the ball goes where his eyes are looking. If he's spinning out with his upper half, it's like a hitter pulling off the ball. You're not going to be able to control the barrel through the strike zone as a hitter. Same thing.
1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to bunt his way aboard, Inciarte. And you know, oftentimes we see Mike Maddox like he is right now on the second step of that dugout, right near the top, poised and watching every move by his pitcher. So that's happening. Surely he's aware of it, and they're discussing ways to correct it. Then you got a guy like Scherzer who can kind of be his own pitching coach at times as well. Didn't look like a strike. Inciarte went after it, and he bounces out to Max, who kept his cool, made the play, 1 out. 3 straight retired now against 8, 9, and 1.
Yeah, I'll just finish it with exactly what you said. He can fix it himself out there. He's that good. He'll figure it out, and even if he doesn't, he still has slider, curveball, change to beat you with, which he can.
So here's Adonis Garcia. They went 5-7-6 with their fly balls in the first inning. Inciarte, Garcia, and Freeman on 6 pitches. But then Max took 24 to get through that second. Right in there. Try to take that slider the other way. A little late. 0-2. Got him on the edge. Max Scherzer goes stomping around the mound with his second strikeout here in the 3rd inning. Nissan will track it.
Watch where his upper body goes, straight to the target. And now the ball goes where his eyes are looking. No spinny thing with the shoulders. He just drove it straight down toward the target, and then you always have Jose Lobaton back there that's going to make a lot of pitches look like strikes. That'll calm any pitcher down.
Freeman. Jacks one right through the shift. It'll go to the wall. Goodwin picks it up. That's double number 38 for Freddie Freeman. He is the league leader now in extra base hits with 73. More than Arenado, more than Bryant and Rizzo and Murphy and Seager and all the rest of them.
He's hit safely in 12 straight games now. Freddie Freeman having a career year. Career high in home runs with 29. Bob told you about all the extra base hits. And in his defense, or to his credit, he's done it really with nobody hitting behind him all season long. Since June 1st, he's hitting .319 coming into today.
Yeah, this is Kemp's 33rd game with the Braves. Fly ball to left to start the 2nd inning. His first time up. Those are sharp, nasty looking 3rd inning sliders right now. Kept 93 RBIs, 3rd most in the league behind Arenado and Murphy. Off speed. And now Matt Kemp, 3 for 34 career against Max Scherzer. Not a good matchup for the big, strong power hitter. Scherzer looking like Scherzer in the 3rd inning.
You see those windows are? That's where we're at here at Nats Park. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Calling all Terps and Hoyas. You can stand on the roof with Bob and I. Tuesday, September 13th. It's College Rivalry Day. Get in one of those mascot suits too. That would be fun. Purchase of a special ticket. Enjoy pregame activities and get a reusable Nats acrylic cup in Maryland or Georgetown colors. Nats take on the Mets 7:05. Visit nationals.com and watch Bob wave in the booth. Can you see him waving up there? For College Rivalry Day for more information. You are not as fresh as a daisy today. You lied.
Lobaton, Scherzer, and Turner. This is, if it's an officially be, only Jose's 80th of the year. He's going to go up there hacking. And this is probably spread over the last 2 months, his last 9 starts. 7 hits, 3 home runs. In fact, Lobaton's one of my favorite guys to watch during batting practice.
And why?
Because he hits it a long, long way. Okay. I am constantly surprised.
I'm more of a Wilson,
by how far he can hit it.
Wilson Ramos, Bryce Harper guy in BP, but I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, some guys can hit the ball for distance.
Up and in, 1 and 2. Pressing him back like you do all great power hitters. And this one out of play, left side.
Thank God.
There's not one pitcher on this staff, though, that doesn't love throwing to this guy.
They just showed us Jose's glasses on the bench there,
okay.
and I missed
Got
that.
it.
That was my fault.
Now he's all business today. Look at his career numbers against the Braves. Why not have him in there and give Ramos a badly needed day off? Target on the edge, and Lobaton's going to hit it well to left. That's on the ground in front of Matt Kemp. Lobaton, 16th base hit of the year.
When you have 80 at-bats all year and you get a base hit, it's a party at first base. Why not? I mean, we all know, like you said, everybody loves to throw to Jose Lobaton behind the plate. He's known more for his defense, but he stays on the sinker here real nice. The low line drive to left, so we all get happy when Jose gets a hit.
Yeah, that's a 10-point base hit that gets him up to 200. So here's Max, 10 hits on the year, 8 RBIs, showing bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI against Ryan Weber. I think in the next year or two, We'll look up, and Max Scherzer, the first number in his career batting average will be 2, not 1. Pulls it back again, ball 2.
I'll agree with you 100%. If every time he hits, there's a runner in scoring position.
He does gear it up then, doesn't he?
He dials it in. Well, he looked at the bench after he got the sign from Henley, so maybe he's swinging here. It was look at Henley for the sign and look at Dusty to reconfirm.
That's a great bunt. Freeman to Peterson. Lobaton to second, tying run with 1 out.
And it might have been for the take sign, but a nice job by Max Scherzer. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller time later in the ballgame. That's brought to you by Miller Lite.
Turner, 22 RBIs, double to lead off the bottom of the first. Wasn't able to make it beyond third. Frustrating first inning for the Nats. 2 hits, a really well hit ball by Clint Robinson turned into a 6-3 double play.
Getting some good rips. He's seeing Weber well. That hack right there in the fastball might get him some off speed here in an 0-2 count. He was right on it, just missed it.
And taking it well on 0-2. Turner now on base 22 of his last 23 ball games. Checked in with a base hit late last night. That is well hit to left. See you later. Halfway up the blue seats. And number 6 for Turner makes it 2-1 Washington.
You get the guy in front of you on base that you just drove in to take your helmet off. You know, I'm watching them set up in there, and I'm thinking they better get that sinker in there. He just missed the first one that he fouled off. That's why he got the curveball. They went in there, they didn't get it in enough, and Trea Turner makes him pay with his 6th home run of the year. I mean, there's a lot of things we haven't seen coming with Trea Turner. That's one of them. 6 home runs already for Trea.
109 miles an hour exit speed.
429. I tell you, he's got that loose, whippy swing that provides sneaky, sneaky pop.
Ben Rivera's next. He'll drive it to left center for a base hit. He's going to make a big round to the bag here. He's going to keep on going. Throw off line. He's in standing up. So Turner the burner and the ride of Ben Revere. A couple of doubles today challenging the Braves outfield.
Well, I'll show you the home run first. Great hustle by Ben Revere. Trea didn't have to hustle. He got the trot. But see that sinker? Recker wanted it down and in, and it stayed mid-thigh high on the inner half. Look at the blood on his pants, his left knee. That's from stealing so many bases. Broke open a scab in the first, and now he goes deep in the third. And nice decision by Ben Revere after a beautiful swing on the double.
Still only 1 out. Here's Rendon. He dropped a single into right off the glove of the racing Jace Peterson first time.
If you're getting on base a lot, this time of year, you're a human scab. You really are. You got him on both knees. You got him probably on one hip that you always slide on. Maybe an elbow from a bad slide. And when you're going as fast as Trey Turner, you're breaking him open every single day.
1-0. Good fastball. Nats with 178 home runs now.
And they don't feel good when you get in the shower, trust me.
This all started with Jose Lobaton getting an opposite field hit. Both lefties going the other way in this inning. Rendon will take one away, 2-1. It's a big power zone. Anthony has a chance to become the 6th Nat to hit for 20 home runs or more this year. He's sitting on 16. After today, 25 more games. Off speed and the check swing. Way inside, ball 3.
See, that's the pitch he wanted to throw Trey Turner right there.
Now his pitch count mounting. Here's Mercedes-Benz with the AB. Rendon, 65 RBIs. He'll take the walk. A couple of pitches way inside. Now a chance for left-hander Clint Robinson, who gashed it first time up.
The line moving here in the 3rd. He is so good. He can beat you in so many different ways, with a base hit, with a walk, with a home run. Stick him in wherever on defense. He's making all the plays. The throw he made last night from center field tricked ESPN into thinking it was Bryce Harper. It was so good.
Yeah, he's getting confused for MVPs now.
Well, he's playing like an MVP.
Clint, 25 RBIs, runners at first and second. He'll lift this one to the right side of the infield, and Peterson just onto the grass. Second out of the inning.
This is a guy that's been playing center field for a month. Shortstop his whole life. So how many times does he come up to throw a guy out at third? Probably once, and it's right here. And how'd that go? I mean, that's a plus arm, folks. That's not an average major league arm. That's above average. And the accuracy right on the money. Nice tag by Anthony Rendon. So even though the Nats lost last night, he can beat you in a lot of different ways. He's a winning player.
Chris Heisey, soft line drive in the infield to Freddie Freeman, first time up. Strike call. His next pitch, Weber's, will be tied with the most he's thrown in the big leagues this year. 49 against the Nats. August 20th in relief after they knocked out Tyrell Jenkins. Done some relieving and some starting. Off speed right off the end of Heisey's bat. Count is 0-2. 73 pitches in a AAA game in June. The most he's worked this year. That was at Gwinnett. Oh-2, and that was close. Good take by Chris Heisey. Kind of leaning out there with the pitch. His only previous at bat, as FP mentioned, against this right-hander, the home run in a 9-1 Nationals win. Trying to put the guys up by more than one here. And he'll get a piece of one to left. It's still going. See you later. 3-run shot for Chris Heisey. And suddenly, on Labor Day, it's 5-1.
It's such a luxury for a manager to give all his big boys a day off and have the bench contribute like they have all season long. Ben Revere relegated to bench duties because of Trey Turner's play, clutches up with a double. And Chris Heisey with his 9th home run of the year. That's what championship clubs do.
Heisey's 9th of the year. He's one of only 3 guys in baseball with that many home runs and under 125 at bats. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brian Goodwin. What a pro that guy is.
His home run to at-bat ratio is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think in Baltimore we were joking about it, saying he played every day, he'd hit 70-something. I think it's something like that. 124 at-bats, 9 home runs.
It's a homer every 13.7 ABs. Right-hander Brandon Cuniff getting ready for the Braves. (3-1) hit pretty well by Goodwin. Deep left center. Edge of the track in Ciarte for the 3rd out. So Lobaton got us started with a base hit. 1 out later, Trey Turner his 6th. RBI total jumped up to 24. And then 1 out later, after Revere and Rendon got aboard, Heisey goes to left. 16 RBIs on 9 homers. Nationals baseball brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Maybe stop for some chicken off the grill first. A Labor Day feaster at the ballpark. Top of the fourth coming up. 5-1 Nats. Homer guys Turner and Heisey. Max Scherzer now a 4-run lead. 41 pitches, 27 strikes. Facing Markakis, Recker, and Peterson.
Scab on the left knee. That's what happens when you have 20 stolen bases and you're on base 3 times a night, basically. They break open.
Markakis, a high fly. Left center, cruising Ben Revere. Got the glasses, has the ball, 1 out.
You worry when you don't have them. Nats fans, this one's for you. On Friday, September 9th, when the Nats take on the Phillies, the first 25,000 fans will receive a Michael A. Taylor Fan Choice bobblehead. That's presented by Masson. To purchase your tickets, visit nationals.com/tickets. All right, his glove looks a little small, but other than that, I like it. It's got Joe
good choice, folks.
Got Joe Morgan's glove on.
Changeup chasing Anthony Recker, who walked his first time up. Over but low, ball 2. 2 strikeouts last inning around the Freeman double. And the fastball misses off the plate inside. The 3-2 pitch. Close to the edge. And Scherzer's upset. 2 walks, both Recker. Nissan will track it.
Well, Jose Lobaton tried to pull it back, but I think it was outside. Tried to make it look like a strike there at the end. A pitch that we've seen Max get before goes Recker's way.
Next up, Jace Peterson, who doubled in a run. First time up, he went opposite field down the line. This target is in. Jammed him into a ground ball right under the glove of Clint Robinson. Recker going to third. A bobble in right by Goodwin, but no further advancement by either runner. Corner situation for the Braves, 1 out.
That was a double awe play by the crowd. The first one was right here when Clint Robinson went for the hard hit ball to his right. There was and then when Brian Goodwin came up to throw and missed it, another but just first and third, no damage done. Other than, it would have been a nice play if Clint Robinson gloves that and gets the force at second, but not an easy play by any means. Especially in the shadows. It can affect you on defense too.
I don't know why they have 2 errors on the scoreboard for the Nats.
Maybe they're doing the awe thing, and every time the fans go awe, it's an error.
Peterson was going to third already on the ground ball. Goodwin's drop was inconsequential, but for some reason there are 2 errors on the scoreboard. Nats had not made an error in their last 8 games. And this one Shallow left field. Here comes Heisey. He's there. Runner came down the line, has to go back, and he throws over to first just in case Peterson had wandered too far. Chris Heisey all over the place coming in today.
So nice play by Chris Heisey. You know, as an outfielder, infielder right now at the Shadows, it's tough to see the ball off the bat. So good makeup speed. That looked like it was going to drop. And the play before that, Carp, I don't think either one of those is an error.
I'm astounded that there are 2 errors on the scoreboard.
Clint Robinson would tell you he should have made the play, but that was not a routine play. It was an in-between hop. I don't think it touched his glove. And I just instinctively put base hit down for Jace Peterson, and I look up and there's 2 errors. So this is real speed. Sometimes when you have your glasses on the Shadows, you can't see. I mean, he's going to his right. Maybe I'll buy that error. I don't buy that error.
There's no way that's an error on Goodwin. Peterson was already past second base, going to third.
I don't think it's an error on Robinson either.
So again, number 9 spot, but this time it's a pinch hitter, Brandon Snyder. Newest Brave on the roster since we last saw these guys. Hadn't played in the big leagues in the last 2 years. He's from Westfield High School in Chantilly. His last big league action in 13 with the Red Sox. .240 career hitter. Hit .327 at AAA Gwinnett this year. And a September call-up.
I mean, you're gonna try to get out of this jam. That's the most important thing with 2 outs. But when you're talking about earned runs and the guy in the Cy Young chase, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world that they gave those errors.
Snyder's been a pretty good pinch hitter for them. 5 hits, a homer, 6 RBIs, 24 at bats. So Weber's done after just 3 innings. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Lobaton corrals it, and the Braves have already left 5 base runners on today. Max battles around some weirdness in the 4th. Still 5-1. Race 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance on a holiday. Who's going to win other than George? Nobody today. He gets the belt. Teddy's second. Well done, George. His 14th of the year, 3rd place. 5-1 ball game, 6-3 in hits. The Nats have knocked the Atlanta starter out.
It's nice to see those big knuckleheads again. The countdown is on for Thursday night football. Just 10 more days until you can see AFC North rivals, the Jets and the Bills, go head-to-head in Buffalo. Thursday night football, September 15th, only on WUSA 9. You could probably see it in a lot of places around the D.C. area. What you couldn't see was the Nats on ESPN last night. I went to 3 places, and they had Texas and Notre Dame on in all 3 places.
Jedediah Custer Bradley. Jed Bradley, the new pitcher. For the Braves, he's from Huntsville, Alabama. Originally drafted 5 years ago, first round by the Brewers. And it's his second appearance in the big leagues and with the Braves. 1 inning so far, 1 strikeout, no hits, no runs. Danny Espinosa turns around to the right side, hitting .208 that side of the plate. Ball 1. Seven, 8, 9 for the Nats here. Espinosa, Lobaton, and Scherzer.
Yeah, fastball slider change from Jed Bradley. Fastball average in 91.
Danny Espinosa, 33 walks all of last year, 46 in 2016. And there's another. Check out the season series brought to you by Jeep. So the Nats have beaten the Braves 11 of 13, 6 out of 7 here. Runners in scoring position, no contest. Runs per game, 2 more for the Nats, 17 homers to 10. Starter ERA, no contest. Braves ERA has been a problem all year. They're 10th in the league at just over 4.5 a game. And a remarkable thing, that 6-1 here, also 16 of the last 17 here. Over the last 3 seasons. Jose Lobaton will turn around to the right side. This year batting right-handed, just 15 ABs with a hit. Guess what it was? Home run. Two 2-0. It's ball 6.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jed Bradley pitch, but my scouting report on him is make him throw strikes. Based on the last 7 pitches.
You should email that in immediately. He's missed on 8 in a row, and Max Scherzer now could move 2 runners with a bunt.
But do you give a guy a free out after he's thrown 8 straight balls? We'll see.
Masson's word of the day, chicken. That's kind of cruel on the heels of 2 walks. 29292, your chance to win a signed Max Scherzer jersey and Roy Rogers Cowboy Cash from Masson. It's brought to you by Roy Rogers. Check out their lineup of roast beef, fried chicken, and burgers. Visit RoyRogersRestaurants.com.
I was going to say, are you calling Max Scherzer a chicken? Because he's not. No, 8 straight balls, Carp. I think you take out of a bunt stance right here. You show bunt, but you take. You can't give a free out to a guy that hasn't thrown one close, I think.
That's a good call.
We'll see.
And Max did a great job first time up of pulling his bat back to get ahead 2-0 until he could get a ball that he could bunt perfectly.
You think if you're a pitcher and you look and see Trea Turner on deck, you're just, well, if I get it down, I get it down. If I don't, that guy will drive them all in.
Nats had 7 base runners in the last 2 innings. Brought in all 5 of them last year. Freddie Freeman moving all over the place. Maxwell pulled the bat back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Zombie Bob giving the signs.
Yeah, he's in the shade now. Freddie Freeman, 60 feet, now 70 feet from home plate. Kind of staring Max down, then backing up a little bit. I mean, the Braves have to be aware that at times Scherzer and other Nationals pitchers have pulled the bat back and taken swings, and some for hits. So is the bunt off on 2 strikes?
One way to find out is do an inside move to second and see if he shows, if you're wondering and you're the Braves.
Squaring very early. And then trying to steal third and doing it, Danny Espinosa. Scherzer struck out, but Espinosa gets his 9th of the year, and he's at third base with 1 out.
Yeah, even though Max Scherzer struck out, I like the fact that he pulled the bat back here. He saw the big jump right in front of him, so he sees Espinosa go and maybe got fooled on the curveball. It was close. But watch, he sees that jump, so he says, all right, I'm going to take it. I didn't think it was a strike, and if it is, so what? The job was done by Espinosa's wheels.
Yeah, certainly better than bunting it foul and making all the runners go back.
Right.
So here's Turner, double and homer. You know, he's very capable of the other 2 parts of that potential cycle. Off-speed pitch in there, and Jed Bradley finding a couple of curveballs for strikes here. Straight change, a good one. That's how rookies can endear themselves to managers, getting that job done, that's all about making contact and quality at bats.
Well, he hits a ground ball here. What are the odds of them turning a double play? So he just has to put it in play here and the run scores.
0-2 with 1 out.
It's a good pitch by Bradley. He buried it on the inner half, made him aware of the fastball in, and probably go the other side or go soft here. Right idea.
Yeah. Two with 1 out. There's some contact, cleanly through. And Trea Turner has 3/4 of a you-know-what, and it's only the 4th inning. He's driven in 3 today. The Nats lead 6-1.
Did a nice job of digging out, I think, a changeup there and staying through it. So I think the home run was with 2 strikes. This one as well. I'm just running out of things to say, Carp. I really am.
Yeah, he makes like Murphy and goes down and digs one off the ground nearly.
I mean, he's a sit back and watch player, a lot like Daniel Murphy's been all year. There's not a lot to break down.
Wearing out the Braves. There's Revere. He's had a couple of good at-bats. Moved a runner first time. Doubled, then scored second time. Lefty-lefty matchup, and it's outside.
That wasn't a bad pitch by Bradley at all. Turner just beat it.
In there, 1-1. The remarkable second half of Trey Turner. If they had a rookie of the summer, he'd be the front runner. Just wasn't around for the whole season. Revere slow roller. Trying to turn it. Beckham, he will. And the Braves out of the inning on a 4-6-3. The Nats pick up another run, though. They make a leadoff walk payoff. 6-1 Nationals.
Talked in the past about how Max Scherzer really prides himself at being his strongest and most effective in the second half of the season. He told me the other day that focus really came into effect after the 2009 season, his first full year as a big league starter. Max remembers making his final start of that year in the middle of September and his arm being totally fatigued at that point. And at that point, the realization kind of sunk into him just how much of a marathon the season is. He learned how strong your whole body has to be. He says you can't have one weak link in the chain or else that will spread and something else will suffer. And so he's adapted his workout program. He says at this time of the year, you almost need to work harder. He'll cut back his sets and his reps when it comes to his weightlifting, but he still wants to be power lifting this late in the season to push his body and keep that strength going as we get into September and October, guys.
Well, you can look at the times around the lineup and know how fit and how tough he is. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Dan with a Coons.com sideline report. Up there swinging. Ender Inciarte as the fifth inning is underway. Max wanted to make sure when they pushed his start back that he was not going to miss any starts between now and the end of the regular season. He's got his sights set on 20. He'd pretty much have to win every start the rest of the way. But if anybody could will himself and his ball club to greater heights, this is the guy. His 29th start. And guys, if they take the ball every fifth day, usually make 33 a season. And there's a base hit by Inciarte. That extends his 16-game hitting streak. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. So Joe Ross at Scranton Wilkes-Barre today for the Syracuse Chiefs. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. He's a couple of days past that 60-day DL thing, which of course is retroactive to the day after he last pitched. So he's fine there. So Joe Ross brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in you. Adonis Garcia, fly ball to left and a taken strike 3. That ball hit the left well. Heisey right there for the first out.
So I think Max Scherzer has a really good chance to win the Cy Young. He's 6th in the National League in earned run average, 289 coming in today. That's probably staying right around the same, 287, somewhere in there. He's tied for 2nd in wins with 15. He's tied for 2nd in games started, 28. He's 3rd in innings pitched. He's 2nd in winning percentage. 1st in strikeouts with 238 coming in. And 2nd in opponent's average at 188 again. So why not Max?
Yeah. And you bring up 2 categories that I think are meaningful, but they don't get a lot of talk. And that's starts and innings. I want my Cy Young guy, if I vote for him, to be out there every 5th day.
Right.
And go through the whole season.
You know, a 20 strikeout game doesn't hurt the cause.
Absolutely.
I'm completely biased, but I think he's got a really good chance. The only other guy that's better in winning percentage is Clayton Kershaw, and he's 11-2.
Yeah.
Hadn't played in a while.
One-0 pitch. Freeman off to the left.
And the one that's usually the decider night earned run average at 263, he's 4th.
Yeah, if you could pitch at night with all those lights, you're really good.
You know, when I'm thinking about a Cy Young, I say, what's your night earned run average?
1 ball, 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Swinging right through that as Matt's coming off speed. Our producer Chip Winfield poses an interesting question to us. Who would be your guy to start that one game you have to win? Maybe to make it into October or to win the whole thing later in October. And Madison Bumgarner's probably still at the top of that list in the National League. There's a guy near the top of the list for the Nats.
I think I'd take the guy on the mound.
Absolutely.
And be okay with that.
Freeman, another majestic fly ball. Short center. Who got there first? Goodwin, but Revere takes it. And Ben with the catch, 2 down. It'll be Matt Kemp.
I wouldn't mind Jose Fernandez in one game either, by the way.
If it's a home game.
Anywhere. I know he's awesome at home, but anywhere. And I'd be quite all right with Tanner Roark.
Kemp, a fly ball to left and a swinging strikeout.
Take him.
(6-1) Nationals, top of the 5th. Out hitting the Braves 7-4. And by the way, that really strange double error call, half of that got erased on that batted ball by Jace Peterson last inning.
Well, now they're only 50% wrong.
Yeah. Big breaking ball. 1-1. So they called the error on Clint Robinson for the ball into right field. And then the drop by Goodwin meant nothing because Jace Peterson was already past second base on his way to third. Target in. Well in. And time given. Matt Kemp asking for it. He didn't move out of there. He stayed because he knew it was late. And Todd Tichenor gave him time. I mean, this is an injury risk here.
Yeah, that one's a little too late.
That's the latest we've seen all year.
I think Todd Tichenor told Matt Kemp, hey, I don't have to grant you that, and that was probably too late. and that was my fault. They had a little talk there, and umpires will tell you that.
Scherzer then buries it in there and gets a strike. Perfect pitch. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
I'm wondering what percentage of Matt Kemp's brain was wondering if that was coming at him or not. Because he looked like he was taken all the way.
Did he set something up with that pitch? Yeah, the slider. And Kemp able to take it. 2-2. Inside the Number is brought to you by Jeep. With and without Matt Kemp, and on the right column, of course, includes his time with San Diego. So 3 over 500 with him. The runs are way up. Batting average up almost 30 points for the team, and the home runs up. He's had a huge impact. He's hit 5 homers, driven in 24 with Atlanta. Overall, 28 and 93. And not bad against Washington either. 2-2 pitch. A little tapper, a couple of hops. Scherzer can throw that little lollipop over for an out this time. And now Matt Kemp, 3 for 35 career against Max Scherzer, the Nats ace. Yeah, powers, runs, and smiles for the Nats on the offensive side today. Rendon's been on twice. Anthony, a first inning base hit, third inning walk, scored on the Heisey homer. Batting average still trying to get up there to 280 or so. And this one, high, short left center. Ender Inciarte for the first out, 5th inning. The most popular way to follow the Nats and their postseason push, the MLB.com at bat app, the #1 app for live baseball. Game day, live game video highlights, and StatCast are yours. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite device. Do it now. Get ready for October.
I'm ready for October.
Robinson 0 for 2, a tough luck 0 for 2. Off speed, front door, stayed inside, 2-0. Nice day for Chris Heisey. 3-run homer last time up. Really opened up the ball game from 2-1 to 5-1. It's been very busy in left field. Couple of nice running catches.
Maybe we make it our Miller moment. Or maybe we wait for a triple. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be a lot to talk about today, in addition to what we've already seen. Robinson on for the first time. Producer says we're doing it, and you know who the boss is, FP.
Just like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, and here's your Miller moment. A home run by Chris Heisey, his 9th. And look at the bent arm swing and the power he provides without extension. That's a full hack in a phone booth. And he hits a homer with it. Nicely done, Chris Heisey. If he played every day, he hit 96 home runs.
And he'd be exhausted in left field, too. 124 at bats this year, 9 home runs. Off speed, that one fading away. Heisey, 3 home runs as a pinch hitter, all solos. A month from now, the bench hugely important going into postseason play. Hopefully Stephen Drew's back by that time and getting a whole lot of at-bats to get his sharpness back. What a 1-2 lefty-righty punch those guys would be. Seeing a lot of off-speed stuff this time around from the lefty. Jed Bradley. Another guy the Braves are pretty sick of, Chris Heisey.
Well, he's going to start every game against Ryan Weber for the rest of his career probably now. It's booked him twice this year.
2-2. Good eye, full count. We'll see if Dusty does anything with the runner here with 1 out. Confident that Heisey would make contact.
Up by 5. Clint Robinson on first. You're not going anywhere.
He doesn't make contact. Foul tip it was into the catcher's mitt. 2 down.
For every Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support Girls on the Run DC. The Nats have 461 walks. That's $23,050. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
There's Brian Goodwin 0 for 2, strikeout, fly ball to center.
The Cubs have 554 walks. The Brewers have 524 walks. I wouldn't think of the Brewers as a walking team. Cubs, yes, they take a lot of pitches, make you work.
Yeah. The Cubs are 41 games over 500 with their win today. 41. 1-2 pitch. And this one rocked into the right field area. Over to get it, MARKAKIS. Goodwin, good speed, going for two. Good throw, not in time. And the Nats have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Brian Goodwin, as a big leaguer, 6 for 20. Couple of doubles.
Now, the more you see Brian Goodwin, the more you like. Last night, a double off Familia, and today a double here in the 5th inning off Jed Bradley. Nice swing. He had to hustle. MARKAKIS can throw. It was close at second base. Good throw by Nick. Right on the money. No hops. Bang, bang. Gordon Beckham didn't like the call, but he looks safe.
There's Danny Espinosa. A strikeout and a walk. Stole third. Scored a run last time on the Trey Turner base hit. Eight hits for the Nationals now in 5 innings.
Eight home runs right-handed, 13 left for Danny this year.
That's a great ratio considering you get less than a third the number of at-bats right-handed as a rule than you do lefty.
Yeah, 8 and 106 at-bats. That's not too shabby.
Wow.
That's Chris Heisey status.
Well hit the other way, but slicing just to the right of the 335 in the pole. The countdown is on for Thursday Night Football. 10 more days until you see AFC North rivals Jets and Bills go head-to-head in Buffalo. That's Thursday Night Football, September 15th, only on WUSA 9. Six-1 Nats. Espinosa trying to break it wide open here in the 5th. 2-2.
It's big at bat. If you remember the series in Atlanta, the Braves don't go away. And they fought hard and made a few comebacks. So against a club like that, you can never have enough.
Now Danny works it full. Talked about the more walks he's drawn this year. He'll be over 50 for the season. On base percentage over 320 for Danny right now. Off-speed pitch, and he tops it, pouncing on it. Bradley throws him out. And that's it for the Nats in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Budweiser Music Party Day at the ballpark today.
That's a real bull. That thing's real. I'm sure of it. But where's the
To baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Yesterday when the Yankees played, 5 rookies in the starting lineup against Baltimore, second time in 25 years. It's nice to see them starting to act like other baseball organizations. Rebuilding, the Cubs will continue and throw 6 guys out there every 5th day, trying to keep them all fresh for October. Clayton Kershaw will start against the Marlins on Friday, has not pitched in over 2 months. I mean, for some of us, this is the Yankees' first rebuilding project in our lifetime. Kind of interesting the way they have done things for so long.
Are they rebuilt in the 90s? They had Derek Jeter, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera. All those guys were minor league guys.
Yeah, that's what people forget about those teams in the 90s. A lot of them were homegrown.
Sprinkle in a few high-paid veterans with the minor league system, but I think the Yankees always got a bad rap for going out and getting the best players. When they won all those championships in the 90s, in the early part of the 2000s, with their minor league system.
1-1 pitch, it's on the edge. Nick Markakis, third at bat. Cubs have a 17-game lead in their division going to that 6-man deal.
I like that 6-man rotation idea.
The Nats, the next closest team in wins with 10 fewer, so they're in little danger of losing their home field advantage. Markakis hits it well and well placed. It's going to one-hop the wall in front of the bullpen, and Nick Markakis has a 2-for-3 day. Strong throw by Brian Goodwin. Braves box their only run in the second. Markakis a hand in that. A 1-out single not far from where he just hit that one. Recker walked, and then Jace Peterson doubled the other way to score 1. Max went to work, struck out BECKHAM looking, grounded out the starter, Ryan Weber. They've had 1 threat since then after an error, first and third, 1-out, 4th inning.
It's number 77 coming.
One pitch. Still has that nasty slider here in the 6th inning. Nissan will try to track it.
Might have been the slider cutter thing. That was subtle and late. I'm going to put that down as a cutter.
Oh, that ball blasted near the outside edge. 2-2.
Close. You break the slider off that, you got a real good chance. See if they go with it.
That ball well hit. Espinosa couldn't reach it. Advancing to third, Markakis. First and third, nobody out. 2 hard hit balls in the 6th. Anthony RECKER on base for the 3rd time.
So they called the slider, and Jose Lobaton's sitting outside for it, but it just kind of backs up. You see where he reaches? It was the right pitch. It just didn't have the location that Max was hoping for. If that starts on the outer half, breaks off, you're thinking RECKER chases it, but it stayed up for RECKER. Nice piece of hitting by the Braves catcher. And it's not easy to get a hit off Max right-handed this year. Opponents hitting just right-handed opponents. 152, that's the lowest in Major League Baseball. And if you look, I think that's the first hit by a right-hander today.
That is true. Here's Peterson. Went the other way for his double first time up. So Anthony RECKER, 2 walks and then a base hit.
I was saying last inning, the Braves don't go away. We've seen that all year.
Nats will trade 2 outs for a run here if they get a grounder. Peterson runs well. Brandon Cuniff up for the 2nd time. Pitcher's batting spot still 2 away. And Bradley has thrown 43 pitches in 2 innings of relief. Hot shot. Robinson. Plenty of time for a relay. Scherzer went there, but the throw is behind him. And so the Braves score at 6-2. No error on the throw because it stayed in play and no further advancement by JACE Peterson.
Chris Spire just looked out at Danny Espinosa. He gave him a hand sign like, how was the slide? Danny motioned back to Chris Spire, so they're looking at it right now. Good feed by Clint Robinson, right on the money. Where's the slide? Because you usually don't see Danny Espinosa throw a ball away. That's rare, and I'm just wondering if the slide was good. It was right in the bag. And where his eyes on a moving target, sometimes that can throw you off, but rarely did you see Espinosa miss that much, and he almost hit JACE Peterson right in the head. Did you see that?
That was close. You know, the runners, his eyes are on the bag.
And that had a chance to be a double play in dodgeball.
First pitch slammed off the gear of Lobaton by Gordon Beckham. A.J. Pierzynski in the pitcher's spot if the inning continues. Pretty well hit on a ball that was out over the plate. Into the 6 o'clock hour here at Nationals Park. Game underway at 4:06. A return home for the Nats, who now have, including today, 17 home games left, only 9 on the road. 1 more trip. 8-game lead over the Mets, who won today, their 3rd in a row. Max trying to go at least 6 for the 26th time in 29 starts.
Yeah, 87 pitches, 59 of those for strikes. We'll see if Dusty Baker lets him go further, but you got to get out of the sixth first.
Swing and a miss. That's a step in the right direction. Only his 5th strikeout today. And now he'll face A.J. Pierzynski, and they faced each other numerous times.
A nasty changeup by Max. Watch him turn this thing over. On his fingertips. Obviously gearing up for the fastball in. You see his front side fly open. Look at the A-OK grip. And the tumble on the Scherzer changeup. Nice block by Jose Lobaton.
A.J. 286 career against Scherzer. 12 for 42. Right at him. So that foul ball on the inner half, right off the trademark area of the bat. Pierzynski, in fact, took a look down after that foul ball to his weapon. Getting his rips.
AJ is such a good off-speed hitter. He could really go down and stay through the changeup, even the slider, and I think Max knows that. He's a good low ball hitter too. Maybe he'd try to elevate here in an 0-2 count, but he was close on that second fastball. They wanted that away, pulled it in, but it was 96. And that got Jose Lobaton square.
Go 2 still.
So Danny Espinosa won it on the MLB Network this week, and he called when Max Scherzer bows his arms out after a strikeout, carrying the briefcases. I've called it stealing sheep, but I like Danny's term better, and I think this is a carry in the briefcase moment here for Max with the strikeout. Pitch number 93 coming. I doubt that Dusty Baker sends him out for the 7th.
Yeah, long inning here.
Never know. Could use some help from the fans right here. Been on the road for a long time. You come home in your white uni, you're getting to your pitch counts. Why not stand up and cheer for him?
Oh, 2 again. Finally a fair ball. Short right center. Goodwin got a late start. Couldn't get there. That ball bounced into his glove. And the inning is alive on a heck of an at-bat by A.J. Pierzynski. It's 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Peterson to 3rd.
Ball's in the air for a long time. It's got to be caught. I don't know if there was a bad jump in right or the swing fooled him or he's playing too deep. He went back on that 2 steps. That ball has to be caught. I mean, it was up there forever. You have a pitcher at the end of his rope. And I think Max was thinking the same thing. Goodwin broke back. Maybe it's tough to see out there right now. I don't know.
Top of the order, Inciarte, one of their hottest hitters, 3 hits in the inning. 2-0. Target outside edge. Pulled it a bit, got a strike with it. 2-1. Here's Mark Zepchinski. Freddie Freeman would be his guy if it goes that far. Right-handed hitting Garcia on deck. Perfect placement, outside edge. 2-2.
That little recoil there for Max. Emptying out the tank right now. Some emotion behind those last couple of fastballs. He's smelling the finish line.
Yeah, he's gone 8 his last 2 times out. Trying to battle it and get it done through 6 right here. Up the middle, Espinosa to Robinson. Max Scherzer, another outing of at least 6 innings. Only 3 times this year has he not done that. 6-2 Nats.
Inning, so text your friends that might not be watching. Needs a triple for the cycle. So he went double his first time up. Turner 2 bags, and then he goes trader here. A Trey Turner Tater is a trader. That's his 6th. Then allows he single, so he's 3 for 3. And of all the guys in all of baseball that need a triple for the cycle that it's in play, it's this guy. And there's your game summary. Absorb it amongst yourselves. 6 triples on the year for Trey.
Brandon Kniff will take over for the Braves here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 27-year-old righty out of Cal State San Bernardino. And for the Braves this year, it'll be his 7th appearance at the big league level. 7 innings total. 8 runs, 8 hits, 7 earned. Jose Lobaton facing him for the first time.
And Brandon has a fastball slider change, fastball 93.
Well, he's on deck.
And we saw him in the dugout between innings talking to Mike Maddox. He said, I'm good. When has he ever said anything different, though? Yeah, he could be out there on his 170th pitch, and you come out to the mound, he's going to be, I'm good. He didn't know anything different.
Well, if he goes back out there, he'll be trying to go 7 at least for the 19th time. 0-2 to Lobaton.
Good hack.
Pretty good rip on a fastball up. How about a perfect day at the plate? Base hit, opposite way, run scored, base on balls. He's been part of 2 rallies today.
We thought that was strike 3. Turned his back to Jose Lobaton. He thought it was strike 3. Watch the pitcher. Yep. Oh. Is it Kniff? Cuniff or Kniff?
Kniff, like they're all eyes.
Kniff.
Nats box, 5 runs in the 3rd, highlighted by the Turner 2-run shot after a Lobaton single, and the Heisey 3-run shot after the Revere double, Rendon a walk. TREA drove in another with his 3rd hit, a single in the 4th inning. Lobaton, a rocket to right. Started the day at 190. He'll be up around 209 or 210 now. On base for the 3rd time. That was a loud sound. Here's Scherzer.
Is it Lobaton or Lobaton? Or is it just 2 singles today for Jose Lobaton? So nice to see him have a good day. On base 3 times. I think his last name's probably mispronounced more than the pitcher for the Braves when you listen to other broadcasts.
Scherzer, a sacrifice today. Pulled the bat back and took a called 3rd strike. Trying to bunt last time up, but Danny Espinosa did steal 3rd on the play and then scored on a Turner base hit. Outfield shallow, especially the offside Markakis. Max kind of stabbing at that one, and now it's 0-2.
Pretty
Trying
close.
to get Lobaton walking off the bag. Squaring early, and Max gives with the pitch and makes a very fine bunt for his 2nd sacrifice of the day. 1-4 it goes.
All right, everybody think triple together. Why not? I want to see a cycle. And I know you do too.
Well, he has 6 of them in just 48 ball games this year.
And triple usually the hardest leg, but not with the guy in the box. He's got 6 this year. He has potential to be a 20 triple season guy.
Yeah, that's saying something. That's an amazing number.
Maybe even more.
Christian Guzman, we've talked about this several times, and Turner's the guy who keeps causing us to talk about Guzman's cycle on a Sunday afternoon in this ballpark a long time ago.
And he finished it with a triple. We showed it about a week or so ago.
Trey, by the way, 5 games this year now with at least 2 extra base hits.
He knows too. I talked about it with him after his last flirtation with the cycle. He said, yeah, you know, everyone in the dugout's telling you. So he's fully aware.
Runner at second, 1 out, 6th inning. Nats a chance to get a run right back that the Braves just scored.
All right, you're trying to get right there, Trey. See where that umpire is in that white bag, that pillow?
One, two, and a great take. Not a bad pitch by Brendan Kniff. And now the count's even. This ball popped up. Chase Peterson under it. All right, it's only the 6th inning. And now Revere trying to get a 2-out hit. We're talking Winterfest already. It'll be here before you know it. Returns to the Washington Convention Center December 10th and 11th. And for a limited time, you can save $10 per ticket with early bird pricing. To get your early bird tickets, visit nationals.com/Winterfest.
Wait, that's here today? Santa was here? Santa was here, nobody told me. And that's a real deal too.
They just asked for Winterfest tickets, by the way.
That's fantastic. That was, well, he's not busy this time of year, and he is a Nats fan, so it doesn't surprise me.
There's Ben Revere. His first at bat against Kniff career. Ben 1 for 3 today. Couple of ground balls to second, one move to runner, the other a double play, and an opposite field double in between.
If I'm Santa and I'm at a ball game, I'm a little ticked off if I didn't throw out the first pitch. I mean, it's not every day that
you don't see him here every day.
St. Nick shows up to a game, so he's just lucky it wasn't 97 with about 70% humidity. He's not used to that kind of heat up at the North Pole.
Well, great of him to make a visit.
Yeah.
Oh, to Revere. Way inside, that ball skips in there. Ben gets out of the way. Anthony Recker with a good stop.
Do kids even know what they want for Christmas in September? I mean, if I sat on Santa's lap, I'd be buckled right now. I had no idea.
I mean, electronics you get now are obsolete by then.
Yeah.
White House Christmas ornaments been on sale at the ballpark all season long.
All decked out.
Revere to left. Matt Kemp over for it. And that's it for the Nationals. Bottom of the 6th. Is Max Scherzer still pitching? Bullpen's busy. We'll find out. Day for Max Scherzer. Gordon Beckham looking. That was a big one. Bottom of the second. Couple of guys on a run in. Garcia in the third. And then Kemp swinging. The fourth was against a pinch hitter, Brandon Snyder, in the fourth. And then Beckham again. Sixth inning. So just 5 on the day, but at good times.
It's a lunch pail hard hat day for Max. He's grinding out there. The Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a $37 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by Nats pitcher this year.
There's pitch number 100. One of the best sliders of the day. Adonis Garcia. So Zepchinski joined by Coda Glover. Tapper. Right there, Turner. Quick exchange with the hands. And the Braves' number 2 hitter, 0 for 4 today, hitting in front of Freddie Freeman, and that's important. In fact, their first 2 batters in front of Freeman have combined 1 for 8 in Ciarte and Garcia.
A season high 119 at 101, averaging 104.9 a start.
Freeman 1 for 3 with a double, pulled third inning. 2 others were towering pop-ups. So the hook at 77.
Could be totally wrong, but if the Nats added on in the 5th, maybe Max doesn't pitch the 7th, but with a 4-run cushion, I think Dusty Baker having confidence in his ace. Maybe if it's 8-2, he's not out there.
Lobaton shifted to the outside, and then Max threw it right down the middle. Freeman reaching. Espinosa playing up the middle to a knee. Freddie Freeman getting it down the line. How about that? Shows you how hard he's playing and how well he's playing this time of the year.
I think he thinks he's safe. He's looking in the dugout for some assistance from his skipper, and that was bang bang at first. I love the hustle by Freddie. Guy that always plays hard. Little chopper smelling the hit. Doesn't look fast, but he is. He picks him up those long strides, and yeah, he's out.
Matt Kemp 0 for 3. So the top 4 Atlanta hitters, only 2 base hits today. This one pulled fair, and it got out of the glove of Anthony Rendon.
Well, check it out. To the backhand side, I didn't think it was hit that hard, but just underneath the glove of Anthony Rendon, a play we've seen him make before. We'll see how they rule this one.
They gave Kemp a hit. Now here's Nick Markakis, who's been a problem for Max today. Mike Maddox to the mound. Yeah, the way Anthony's played all year, you just expected that to be bang bang, pick up, throw to first, inning over. Braves with 8 hits, the Nats with 9. That was a very short conference. And here's Nick Markakis, 9 for 30 career against Max Scherzer, single, double, 2 runs scored today.
Yeah, Max thought he's been out the last couple of innings with a 3rd out and had to continue. There's the look. You can't give me enough facial expression shots when Max is pitching. It's just the best, especially late.
Perfect on the edge.
There's the briefcases. They're here.
Rendon leaps and grabs it. How can they give a guy an error after a play like that? They just changed the base hit. But Scherzer goes at least 7 for the 19th time this year, thanks to Anthony. Masson, brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air. It's their all-star sales event with up to $1,100 in instant rebates are 0% APR for 36 months. By University of Maryland University College. And by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
You can't be shy with the sauce. I mean, if you're making ribs, you can't put enough on for me, and then you kind of burn it in a little bit, flip them over about 5 minutes, burn the sauce in. He needs more sauce. And speaking of more sauce, here's the last out, if that's not the best segue ever. Watch Anthony Rendon and Max Scherzer's day. Serious hops at third base. Nicely done, Anthony Rendon and Max Scherzer, very appreciative. Another stellar outing from the Nats ace.
Yeah, 7 or more for the 19th time. Just amazing the way he's piling up innings. So Max is at 197 innings with 4 starts to go. Bottom 7, Rendon, Robinson, Heisey. And more importantly, Max trying to go 16-7. 72% first pitch strikes today, 23 out of 32 hitters. Anthony on base twice today, base hit, walk, a run scoring. Brandon Kniff, 20 pitches, 15 strikes, 6th inning. That ball is gashed out to right center. Over to get it and moving away from the infield, Inciarte. 1 out.
A pretty good route by Inciarte. That ball was punished by Anthony Rendon. And this late in the season, they know where to stand. They've seen you play. They know your tendencies. But look how deep he lets that ball travel. Pretty good jump by Inciarte. I thought that might have got over his head, but pretty pristine route by the Braves center fielder.
Clint Robinson 0 for 1 career. Make it 0 for 2 career against Brandon Kniff. Today he's 0 for 2 with a walk. It's loud when Coda Glover warms up.
Coda's a good name to chant if you're at a ballpark. What you think? He's striking out guys. Those 2-syllable names. Kind of see it happening someday, maybe.
Up and in. Pop. One and 2 to Clint Robinson. That is right on the edge. Clint Robinson didn't like it. 2 outs in the 7th.
Clint knows the strike zone. He doesn't argue very often, and every time I see him argue, I think he's right. And he was. So, based on seeing him play a lot of games and him knowing the strike zone,
here's IZ.
Do you know that when a pitcher catches the ball back from the catcher that he's supposed to throw the next pitch within 12 seconds? Once the batter is in the box, that's...
From what fantasy novel does that come?
They're on the wall posted in the clubhouse in Philadelphia. It said pace of game procedures, and its rule 8.04 requires a pitcher, when the bases are unoccupied, deliver a pitch within 12 seconds when the batter is in the batter's box. That happens never.
Well, I know we were talking about the 20-second thing when men were on base, and the fastest pitcher on the staff, Tanner Roark, was what, 21 seconds?
Yeah. If the pitcher doesn't deliver the ball within 12 seconds, the umpire has the authority to call a ball.
That ball is well hit by Heiseter, right, and over to get it, Nick Markakis. Well, I'll say one thing. If they start enforcing that rule, we'll see some great arguments for a change.
Park, Coda Glover out of the Nationals bullpen. Now, the Nationals bullpen now features 13 guys, way up from the standard 7. This is after September call-ups. So things are a lot more crowded out there than they are throughout the course of the regular season. It also allows Dusty Baker, obviously, more options when it comes to working matchups, but it creates a little bit of problems for the guys out there. There's more competition for the snacks. That's something they need to go throughout the early innings. And then for the seats, I'm told the veterans get the first crack at what seats they want out there. Maybe the high rises, top priority. Sean Kelly told me that at a previous stop that the pitching coach allowed in New York only the veteran guys to sit in the enclosed area, and told the rookies, hey, till you guys get some more service time, you got to go out there and hear it from the fans in the more open areas. So a lot more crowded out there for those guys, and we hope they survive. It could get ruthless.
It could be worse. You could be in the National League Central having to go to Wrigley Field, or in the West having to go to AT&T with those open bullpens out there.
Hey, if you're in a big league bullpen and you pitch in the minors all year, you don't care where you sit. You're just glad to be in a big league bullpen.
Coda Glover, 1 pitch, 1 out. That was Dan with our Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
They had an outhouse out there I'd sit in it. It's the big leagues.
Peterson, 1 for 1 against Coda with an RBI. Glover's 11th appearance, 7 hits, 4 earned runs in 12 innings, 4 walks, but 12 strikeouts.
Plus, if you sit in an outhouse for a couple innings, you get whatever seat you want out there when you come out.
Chaz Rowe.
So I was talking to Jason Worth about that 12-second rule, Carp, kind of continuing that story, and he said when he was a catcher in the Orioles organization, they had a rule that you had to throw the next pitch within 12 seconds. They did a study. If a guy swung and missed at a pitch, if you threw within 12 seconds, he would swing and miss at the exact same pitch. So he said, as a catcher in the Orioles minor league system, if you threw a slider down the way and the guy swung, he would throw the pitch back real quick, get in his crouch, and put 3 down again for another slider. And he said the study was if it went 13 or 14 or 15 seconds, the hitter was less likely to swing at it. So they made him do that as a minor league catcher.
Interesting. Really interesting.
And he said it worked. I said, did it work all the time? He said, yeah, most of the time. And he said, I would rush and throw it back as quick as I could and call the exact same pitch if the guy swung at it. Stuff you never really hear about, but I thought was hilarious.
And the minor leagues is where there has been the talk of the clock for pitchers. So Glover on a 3-2 pitch, walking Jace Peterson. 1 on, 1 out, 8th inning. Gordon Beckham is next. Strike one. Beckham 0 for 3 today. Couple of strikeouts by Max Scherzer. Right-handed hitting Chase Darno. Older of the two brothers.
90-mile-an-hour slider. Tried to frame it up, just missed down.
Whoa. 97 up and in, sitting down the hitter.
This is when it's extra tough to stay on the slider that you think is coming now. Look at that run on that. Almost a rising effect. Just misses Beckham.
Whew. Back live. Here's the 2-2 lifted to left. Chris Heisey. 2 outs in the 8th. Nats Plus memberships for next year on sale right now. You can secure postseason tickets for this October and guarantee access to the All-Star Game in 2018. Experiences, rewards, and access. It's exclusive. 202-675-NATS. Or visit nationals.com/Nats Plus and join right now. There's Chase Darno facing Coda Glover for the first time. Nine for 22 as a pinch hitter.
And that's played Atlanta. Chase Darno was a tough out off the bench.
Yeah. And those are great pinch hitting numbers. Must not have been anybody on base for those hits, because he has no pinch RBIs despite 9 hits. 1 and 2 with 2 outs in the 8th. Stays alive by taking the pitch the other way. 2-2 and a great breaking ball there. 90 on a slider. Braves have stranded 10 today. 6-2 Nationals. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Looking for a Curly W on the return home are the Nats, trying to win their 80th game of the year and go back to 8.5 up on the Mets. Here's our UPS store. Call to the bullpen. Stop by the UPS store for all your printing, copying, and other business needs. Because together there's nothing we can't solve. 29-year-old Chaz Rowe gets the call for the Braves. 11th appearance. He had appeared in 9 games earlier this year for the Orioles.
Yeah, fastball, slider, 2 pitches. Chaz's fastball averages 92.
Brian Goodwin 0 for 1 career against him. Double last time, 1 for 3. As a big league hitter, 6 for 20. Couldn't stop on the breaking ball. Mark Melancon. He's come into some ball games in save territory. Then the Nats would add on a run or two, but this would be at least 4 up when he comes in, and Goodwin's locked up on that one too. 1 out. Johnny Holiday back with Ray on the holiday, so to speak. It's the Nats Extra Postgame Show after the game, presented by W.B. Mason. Danny Espinosa 0 for 2 with a walk. And then the hot Jose Lobaton. Freddie Freeman right there. Somebody was hollering to the pitcher to get over. Freddie Freeman took care of that one. And here comes Lobaton's 4th plate appearance of the day. He's been perfect.
So Jose Lobaton gets a hit. Then I'm waiting for somebody to jump on the on-deck circle. Whoever it is gets a hit, and Trey Turner gets another chance. How about that?
Yeah, Trey batted in the 6th. Home team ahead. May not get a chance at the cycle. We hope he does.
So what if you hit your 2nd home run of the day, you're Trey Turner, and you intentionally miss home plate? You just jump right over it. They appeal it and you're out. Is that cycle? And would you get drilled right in the neck the next time up?
I think the answer is no and yes.
I mean, has anybody ever done that? Second homer of the day, you need a triple for the cycle, and you miss home plate on purpose.
I'm assuming you would get the triple.
Just leap right over it like it's a high hurdle in the Olympics. They step off, they appeal home. It's a triple, and it's a cycle. I'm saying go for it. It's getting late in the season, partner. My mind's just going wherever, heads up. Not that it hasn't.
It wouldn't be a good thing to do if you were sitting on 99 RBIs.
But that's not the discussion. The discussion is about the cycle.
I know. We're both taking it to absurd lengths. I know that. I don't think any big leaguer would do that. I hope we find out. Lobaton on a 1-2 pitch.
Uh-oh. There's a big pinch hitter on deck. It's not going to get a hit.
Swing and a miss, and Bryce Harper got to the on-deck circle and then quickly made a U-turn. We're going to the ninth. Melanson set to come in. The Nets by 4. Gonzalez career 4-8 against the Braves. He'd like to get something going against them. He's been great lately. 6-1 last 10 starts with a 3.02. And Gio at 10-9 with 101 career wins. He'll be opposed by Williams Perez. 2-2 with a 4.62 ERA. And Perez will make his third appearance, second start against the Nats. 6:30, we're back to our regular starting time for a night game tomorrow night. Johnny and Ray, 6:30 from the booth at 7. So sun setting out toward the Blue Ridge, and Mark Melanson is going to pitch here. The Nats are up by 4.
You know, Dusty Baker used to do this with Rob Nen a lot in San Francisco. If he gets you up, he's going to use you. But he gets closers up a lot with a 4-run lead. I think in Dusty's mind, he thinks that that's close enough.
Okay.
And I've seen him do it a lot.
Well, and it is the top of the Atlanta order. He had the option of letting Glover start the ninth and see if it turned into a safe situation, but he's going to try to put out the fire right here. Ender Inciarte, 1-for-6 career against Mark.
And to Mark Melanson's credit, he has been amazing, knock on wood, in these 4 or 5-run opportunities that Dusty's put him in.
Yeah.
Sometimes closers don't respond well. Craig Kimbrell comes to mind. He's a guy that can't go out there unless it's a save opportunity. And when he does, that's when his ERA suffers. It happened in Atlanta, and it's happening in Boston too. And these guys don't give up.
Inciarte, base hit, 2 for 5. And during his hitting streak now, he's 30 for 70. Now that is an amazing hitting streak. 16 games. Next up, Garcia facing Melanson for the first time. Right up the middle. Turner couldn't get it. And now in a 4-run game, Freddie Freeman and Matt Kemp are the next 2 hitters. Braves dying hard again, if they're dying at all.
Yeah, right in the 5-hole, right back up the middle. Good effort by Trey Turner.
Yeah, looked like Trey got a piece of it. Freddie Freeman against Melanson. Small sample, 1 for 2, 1 RBI.
Nah.
So he goes off speed to Freddie Freeman.
That first pitch curveball, Freddie Freeman sitting on the heater. Watch this, 12-6. Really 12 to off the clock.
And a check swing. Freddie Freeman had designs on a 2-1 count. Now it's 1-2. Matt Kemp against Mark Melanson. Hitless. And the ball gets away. Both runners are going to move up. Lobaton blocked it. Now the double play out of order. And 2 runners in scoring position.
It's something to keep an eye on, I think, as the Nats move closer to the postseason. And is the Melanson curveball in the dirt. It's so vicious that even a guy that's amazing at defense like Jose Lobaton and very adept at blocking balls has trouble with. I think really, regardless of what's going on right now, maybe the only weakness we've seen with Melanson, if you can even call it that. But we've seen a lot of hard curveballs in the dirt that shoot away.
Freeman to the left side, and that's going to be a base hit. All Rendon can do is pick up the ball, and on the shift, it's a 6-3 game. And the tying run will be Matt Kemp.
Well, here's the shift and just an emergency hack by Freddie Freeman, a swinging bunt in essence. And hey, if you put the ball in play off Mark Melanson with 2 strikes, you're doing something right. So Freddie Freeman will definitely take that knock in RBI, and the Braves, as we saw in Atlanta, won't go away.
Yeah, Freeman's 72nd run batted in. Matt Kemp 0 for 5 career against him.
Good block. I mean, you have to have so much confidence in your catcher to throw that pitch with the runner on third. Because it's firm, it's got a lot of spin. It doesn't kick up soft.
(1-0). Ball 2. Crowd of 26,005 paid for Labor Day. Right side. Can they turn 2? Espinosa can. A 6-4 game, but the bases are empty.
Yeah, that's one of those double plays with Matt Kemp running. Then once it's caught by Trey Turner, it's a double play. Kemp doesn't run anywhere near like he used to, so as soon as you secure that as a second baseman, you have plenty of time. There's no need to rush. Plus, you saw Kemp's momentum going toward the Braves dugout after the swing, so ample time to turn the 4-6-3.
Nats with their 127th of the year couldn't pick a better time. And now it's Melancon and Markakis. Nick is 0 for 2 career against Mark Melancon. Base hit. And they're going to have the tying run in the batter's box again in the person of Anthony Recker.
Nice
4
day.
hits in the inning.
Nice day, Nick Markakis. 3rd hit of the day. Remember, he lined out to Anthony Rendon in the 7th. So he's hit the ball well all day long.
Anthony Recker, 1 homer, 10 RBIs this year. Against Mark Melancon, career 0 for 2. Having a good day, 2 walks and a base hit. Odd thing about it is this could turn into a safe situation for somebody else. Left-handed Jace Peterson on deck.
And pitch number 15 coming for Mark.
And he gets a strike higher in the zone and a little further out. It's 0-2. Everybody in a blue jersey wondering where that was.
Everybody in a blue jersey had 1 step to the dugout, including Melancon. Watch. Whoops. Okay. Let's do it again. Close.
Yeah, just a little cut at the end. 1-2 to Anthony Recker. Right field, a ways for Goodwin to go. He is there, and the Nats win their 80th game of the year. That was tense. But the Nats are now 12-2 against the Braves.
You know, it's tough for a closer to gear it up when it's a non-save situation. Melancon